Hello everyone. Welcome to English Grammar Guru. I'm happy you're here today. In today's lesson, you'll learn how to talk about yesterday in English. We use the simple past tense to talk about things that happened in the past. Don't worry, we'll use easy words and simple conversations. Listen carefully. Repeat after each speaker. Let's begin. Conversation 1. Talking about yesterday. Emma. Hi, David. How was your day yesterday? David. It was great. Emma. What did you do? David. I went to the supermarket, bought some fruit, and cooked dinner. Emma. That sounds like a busy day. David. Yes, but I enjoyed it. Conversation 2. Yesterday at school. Tom. How was school yesterday? Sarah. It was fun. Tom. What did you learn? Sarah. We learned English grammar and practiced speaking. Tom. Did you have homework? Sarah. Yes, I finished it last night. Conversation 3. Yesterday evening. James. What did you do yesterday evening? Anna. I watched a movie with my family. James. What movie did you watch? Anna. We watched a comedy. It was really funny. James. Did you enjoy it? Anna. Yes, we laughed a lot. Useful expressions. What did you do yesterday? I went to. I visited. I watched. I studied. I cooked dinner. I had a great day. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Yesterday was wonderful. Useful vocabulary. Yesterday. Morning. Afternoon. Evening. Went. Bought. Ate. Watched. Studied. Played. Visited. Finished. Cooked. Learned. Enjoyed. Listening practice. Listen carefully. Yesterday, David had a busy day. He went shopping in the morning, visited his grandparents in the afternoon, and watched a movie with his family in the evening. Before going to bed, he studied English for 30 minutes. It was a happy and productive day. Speaking practice. Repeat these sentences aloud. Yesterday, I went to school. I studied English. I watched TV. I cooked dinner. I visited my friend. I had a wonderful day. Today's challenge. Answer these questions in English. What did you do yesterday? What time did you wake up? Did you study English? What did you eat for dinner? Did you watch TV or read a book? Example. Yesterday, I woke up at 7 o'clock. I went to school, studied English, and played football with my friends. In the evening, I had dinner with my family and watched a movie before going to bed. Final message. Talking about yesterday is one of the most useful English skills. Practice using the simple past tense every day. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Thank you for listening to English Grammar Guru. In part 2, we'll learn more past tense conversations, talk about weekend activities, and practice asking and answering questions about yesterday. See you next time. Goodbye. Hello everyone. Welcome back to English Grammar Guru. In part 1, we learned how to use the simple past tense to talk about yesterday. Today, we'll continue practicing with more real-life conversations about yesterday, weekend activities, and daily routines. Listen carefully. Repeat after each speaker. Let's begin. Conversation 1. Yesterday at work. Emma. How was work yesterday? David. It was very busy. Emma. What did you do? David. I answered emails, attended 2 meetings, and finished an important project. Emma. That's impressive. David. I was tired, but I felt happy after finishing my work. Conversation 2. Talking about the weekend. Tom. What did you do last weekend? Sarah. I visited my grandparents. Tom. How was your visit? Sarah. It was wonderful. We had lunch together and talked for hours. Tom. That sounds lovely. Sarah. Yes, I really enjoyed spending time with them. Conversation 3. Yesterday after school. James. What did you do after school yesterday? Anna. I went home and finished my homework. James. Did you do anything else? Anna. Yes, I helped my mother cook dinner and then I read an English story. James. That's a productive day. Anna. It was. I also learned 5 new English words. Useful expressions. How was your day yesterday? I was very busy. I finished my work. I visited my grandparents. We had lunch together. I helped my family. I learned something new. I had a wonderful time. It was a productive day. I enjoyed every moment. Useful vocabulary. Yesterday. Weekend. Meeting. Homework. Project. Lunch. Dinner. Family. Grandparents. Busy. Finished. Visited. Learned. Helped. Enjoyed. Listening practice. Listen carefully. Yesterday was a busy but enjoyable day for Sarah. She finished her work in the afternoon, visited her grandparents in the evening, and had dinner with her family. Before going to bed, she practiced English for 20 minutes and learned some new vocabulary. Speaking practice. Repeat these sentences aloud. I finished my homework yesterday. I visited my grandparents. I had dinner with my family. I learned new words. I enjoyed my day. It was a wonderful day. Today's challenge. Answer these questions in English. What did you do yesterday afternoon? Did you help anyone yesterday? What did you eat for dinner? Did you learn anything new? What was the best part of your day? Example. Yesterday afternoon, I finished my homework and helped my parents. For dinner, I ate rice and chicken. Before going to bed, I studied English and learned some new words. The best part of my day was spending time with my family. Final message. Talking about yesterday is a great way to practice the simple past tense. Try to describe your day in English every evening. The more you practice, the more natural your English will become. Thank you for listening to English Grammar Guru. In part 3, we'll practice longer conversations about yesterday, tell short stories in the past tense, and build your confidence in speaking English. See you next time. Goodbye. Hello everyone. Welcome back to English Grammar Guru. In part 2, we practiced talking about yesterday using the simple past tense. Today, we'll practice longer conversations, tell short stories about yesterday, and become more confident when speaking about past events. Listen carefully. Repeat after each speaker. Let's begin. Conversation 1. Yesterday at the park. Emma. Hi, David. Where did you go yesterday afternoon? David. I went to the park with my friends. Emma. What did you do there? David. We walked around the lake, played football, and took some photos. Emma. That sounds like fun. David. It was. The weather was beautiful. Emma. Did you stay there for a long time? David. Yes, we stayed until sunset. Conversation 2. A busy day. Tom. You looked very busy yesterday. Sarah. I was. Tom. What kept you so busy? Sarah. I cleaned my room, washed my clothes, and helped my mother cook dinner. Tom. Wow, you did a lot. Sarah. Yes, but I felt proud when I finished everything. Conversation 3. Learning English yesterday. James. Did you study English yesterday? Anna. Yes, I did. James. What did you study? Anna. I listened to an English podcast, learned 10 new words, and practiced speaking for 30 minutes. James. Excellent. Did you enjoy it? Anna. Yes, I feel more confident every day. Useful expressions. Where did you go yesterday? I went to. What did you do? I had a great time. I was very busy. I finished everything. I learned something new. I felt proud. It was a wonderful day. Yesterday was amazing. Useful vocabulary. Park, lake, sunset, busy, cleaned, washed, cooked, practiced, learned, podcast, friend, family, yesterday, afternoon, evening, listening practice. Listen carefully. Yesterday, Emma had a busy but enjoyable day. She woke up early, cleaned her room, and went shopping with her mother. In the afternoon, she met her friends at the park. They walked together, took pictures, and talked for a long time. In the evening, she listened to an English podcast and reviewed new vocabulary before going to bed. Speaking practice. Repeat these sentences aloud. Yesterday, I went to the park. I played football with my friends. I cleaned my room. I learned 10 new English words. I practiced speaking. I had a wonderful day. Today's challenge. Answer these questions in English. Where did you go yesterday? Who did you spend time with? What was the best part of your day? Did you practice English yesterday? What new thing did you learn? Example. Yesterday, I stayed at home and studied English. I learned 10 new words and listened to an English podcast. In the evening, I watched a movie with my family. It was a relaxing and productive day. Final message. The best way to master the past tense is to use it every day. Every evening, try to tell someone about your day in English. Even a few simple sentences will improve your speaking skills. Thank you for listening to English Grammar Guru. In part 4, we'll review everything you've learned with one complete conversation, a final speaking challenge, and simple tips for talking about past events naturally. See you next time. Goodbye. Here's part 4 of your English podcast. Daily English Conversation Practice: How to Talk About Yesterday in English Podcast, Part 4. Hello everyone. Welcome back to English Grammar Guru. Congratulations. You have reached the final part of this series. Today, we'll review everything you've learned with a complete conversation, useful expressions, and a final speaking challenge. Let's begin. Complete conversation. Talking about yesterday. Emma. Hi, David. How was your day yesterday? David. It was wonderful. I had a very busy day. Emma. Really? What did you do? David. I woke up at 7 o'clock, had breakfast, and went to work. Emma. How was work? David. It was busy, but I finished all my tasks. Emma. What did you do after work? David. I went to the supermarket and bought some vegetables, fruit, and milk. Emma. Did you cook dinner? David. Yes, I cooked chicken and rice for my family. Emma. That sounds delicious. David. After dinner, I listened to an English podcast and learned some new vocabulary. Emma. That's a great way to improve your English. David. Before going to bed, I read a short English story for 20 minutes. Emma. You had a productive day. David. Yes, I did. I felt happy and relaxed. Useful expressions review. Let's review today's expressions. What did you do yesterday? I woke up early. I went to work. I bought some groceries. I cooked dinner. I listened to a podcast. I learned new words. I had a great day. It was wonderful. Yesterday was very productive. Useful vocabulary review. Yesterday. Morning. Afternoon. Evening. Breakfast. Lunch. Dinner. Supermarket. Groceries. Vocabulary. Podcast. Story. Family. Relaxed. Productive. Listening practice. Listen carefully. Yesterday, Emma had a wonderful day. She woke up early, went to work, and finished all her tasks. After work, she visited the supermarket and bought fresh fruit and vegetables. In the evening, she cooked dinner with her family, practiced English for 30 minutes, and read a short story before going to bed. She felt happy because she spent her day in a useful way. Speaking practice. Repeat these sentences aloud. Yesterday, I woke up early. I went to work. I bought some groceries. I cooked dinner. I practiced English. I had a productive day. I felt happy. Daily speaking challenge. Now it's your turn. Speak for 2 or 3 minutes about your day yesterday. Try to answer these questions. What time did you wake up? What did you do in the morning? Where did you go? Who did you spend time with? What did you eat? What did you do in the evening? How did you feel at the end of the day? Example. Yesterday, I woke up at 7 o'clock. I had breakfast and went to school. After school, I came home and finished my homework. In the evening, I had dinner with my family, studied English for 30 minutes, and watched a movie. I felt happy because I completed everything I planned to do. Final tips. Here are 5 easy ways to improve your English when talking about the past. 1. Use the simple past tense every day. 2. Keep a short diary in English. 3. Talk about your day before going to bed. 4. Learn 5 new past tense verbs every week. 5. Practice speaking aloud with confidence. Final motivation. Remember, every day gives you a new story to tell. The more you speak about your daily life in English, the more fluent you become. Don't worry about making mistakes. Keep practicing, keep listening, keep speaking. Your English will improve one conversation at a time. Thank you for joining this 4-part series, Daily English Conversation Practice, How to Talk About Yesterday in English podcast. This is English Grammar Guru. I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye, take care, and happy learning.